Welcome to Evergreen Speedway's Home Track Heroes on CW11.
And welcome into another exciting episode of Home Track Heroes here on the CW11. I am Caleb Hart. Super Ben White is with us, the hater of tires, the lover of smoke. Welcome in, Ben. It's DriftCon time once again, presented by Bardol.
Hell yeah, dude. DriftCon time again. Today featuring the Highline Shootout, and later on we're going to have a little bit of Team Tandem. But, hey, look, I missed out on this event. You know, Earl Buenavente and Brandon Schmidt, they stepped in for me doing the play-by-play, the live announcing there. So this is the first time I'm going to see this while we're watching this, while we're commenting on what's going on for Home Track Heroes, and I'm so excited about this. I'm stoked.
I am stoked for you. This is going to be an adventure. Let's go to the track because we're going to start out with the tournament style, with the bracket style racing. And we're going to get a ton of variety here today as well. On this first run, this is Jace Havoc. Jace Havoc, the 1 seed here in our Highline Shootout, and he drew a bye. And we're going to show you the bye runs for some of these drivers as they come through. So an idea, a first chance to get a look at this course, which is different than the one that we saw at the first episode of Home Track Heroes this year.
Absolutely. So this is going to be familiar to a lot of our drifting peoples, right? Our drifting fam out there. This is our typical standard 3/8 course. It's like a miniature version of what Formula Drift runs when they come to town. So we had a different layout decided. We wanted to run what we call our mini Irwindale layout. But just the way it was, we practiced it on Friday, and we just decided, you know, spur of the moment that this would be a better show. This layout right here, it's something everyone's familiar with. It's something we run at every open drift. And so, you know what? Just for the fans, we put this down. And so we're going to have our first head-to-head battle here going up. And we're going to see Brendan Theriot going up in that Ford Mustang, and he's being followed by Matthew Hall in the silver BMW. So we're going on the south bank here. We're trying to ride that big high line up there, and we're trying to get these cars out to that set of cones. That's an outer zone, and they'll transition again to another outer zone. They're coming around this north pole, trying to get the nose close to that barrel, a little bit closer than that, Brendan. But you know what? He's finishing strong. He's finishing fast. And he's looking good out there on track.
All right, so we did not get a replay on that first run of it. We will take a look. We'll see if we can get one on the second run. On the inside, the white Mustang, Brandon Theriot. Outside of him, the silver BMW is Matthew Hall. And remind our viewers, maybe it's their first time, maybe they didn't catch the earlier drifts that we did this year, what these drivers are being scored on.
Yeah, so there's certain criteria that the judges have laid out. There's a predetermined line on which they want the drivers to go through the course, and line is very key as we go through, and we see that unfortunately Matthew Hall has lost drift here, but we'll talk about, you know, more of the semantics here. All right, so we got line, we got style, so we want to see these guys, you know, go through the track. We want to see snappy transitions. We want to see lots of tire smoke, lots of throttle commitment, stuff like that. We want to see angle as well. Angle is another big component. I mean, this is drifting. It's a controlled oversteer, so we want to see those cars step the back of the car out, get those things sideways, and stay as sideways as possible throughout the course. So when they go in head-to-head battles like we see here, we saw Brendan Theriot lead the way first. He was setting the pace, and now Matthew Hall is supposed to set the pace, but that's not the way you want to do it. So unfortunately for Matthew Hall, Brendan Theriot is going to get the win, and he's going to move on into our round of 16.
Let's move to our next matchup. This is Spencer Casey. He's got the black and yellow Corvette that you see on the outside of the track. On the inside, that's Jalen Vick, the black Mustang, as we are ready to go.
Yeah, that black Mustang is actually going to be familiar to drift fans throughout the years. That is Vaughn Gittin Jr.'s old Mustang. That is the actual car. They were fortunate enough to find it. They were fortunate enough to come into possession of it, and we were fortunate enough to lay eyes on it, like first person, checking it out at DriftCon here at Evergreen Speedway.
This is a really good example of what exactly we're looking to see in terms of what the run is supposed to look like, not only from your lead, but from your chase as well. And let's get a drone replay and highlight some of what both of these drivers just did really well.
Yeah, Spencer Casey is one of our licensed drivers. He is a Formula Drift licensed driver. He's poised to take the next step, but, you know, he's sharpening those skills. He's honing them, and he's coming down at, you know, our DriftCon events at this Highline Shootout, putting on a show. And you see him navigating through this course, getting nosed up on that barrel. He's going to finish close to this wall, and man, that is as close to a 100-point qualifying run as, you know, we've seen all day, but it's early. It's real early, Caleb.
It is super early. We still got a lot to get to. This time it's going to be Vic on the outside. And Vic, a familiar name to those who are familiar with our circle track racing, as they've been involved in the small car divisions for many, many years now, trying their hands at drifting and getting better every time out. Boy, he's carrying a lot of speed in his first set of runs. Yeah,
Vic Brothers Racing, man, they kill it everywhere. They do a lot of fun stuff. They have their BMWs. They're like got matching BMWs between the brothers, but you know, we want some high horsepower. We want some excitement. So they got the RTR Mustang out here putting on a show. Here we go. Let's get some more side-by-side drone replays. Your eyes aren't blurring, okay? You don't got the double vision. We got 2 different drone replays, getting 2 aesthetics going on, and let's see what's going on. Jalen doing a great job out front. Like to see him a little bit deeper in the zones, but he fills that one up. But Spencer Casey, that black and yellow shadow, just sticking it right next to the door, and man, finishing side by side. And you know what? That might be a little too much to overcome for Jalen Vick, because Spencer Casey's going to get the win in that battle.
That was a fun run to watch. All right, on this one, you've got Matt Poirina. He's in the white Nissan. Sergey Vasilati, the gray BMW. Run number 1 is underway.
Yeah, here we go. Matt Poirina, he's got LS power in the engine bay. I would say under the hood, but there ain't no hood. It's just in the engine bay of that Nissan 240SX. And Sergey Vasilati is doing what he can. So the lead driver sets the pace, all right? We want them to lead as close to that 100-point qualifying run, filling all the line, angle, and style criteria that we've laid out. And basically all the chase driver's supposed to do, stick it to their door, follow that line, follow their foe to Valhalla and back, and just try and establish dominance out there. And so now we're going to reverse the order like we've seen. So we got Sergey Vasilati. He is now going to lead the way. He's going to set the pace. And let's see what Matt Poirina does in the chase position. He's out of frame right now. He's got to get a little bit closer here. But Sergey Vasilati is just kind of on a solo run out here. You see him steer in, get nice and deep into that outer zone. Got a good smoke line coming out of that BMW right now. That means, you know, he's got a little bit of throttle commitment going on. He's got that skinny pedal to the floor. That's what we like to see. We like to see committed drivers out here crossing the finish line big time. Man, but Matt Poirina, he's a little bit further back than I'm used to seeing him.
All right, let's get another look at the drone replay off of this run and see if we can gauge it a little bit better. And, boy, you can see how well Sergey takes off. That thing just accelerates something seriously. He's got a car length on him before he gets to the apex of the corner here.
Man, we got our drone pilots. They're good at keeping these cars in frame, so it looks a little bit better now with this drone footage as far as keeping Matt in frame. But, man, Sergey Vasilati, you see, he gains a little bit of distance, separates a little bit from Matt Poirina in the back. But it looks like Sergey Vasilati, he might have had a couple of random issues. He might not have been online. He might not have given an adequate opportunity for Matt Poirina to do a chase job like he should be able to. And so it seems like Sergey Vasilati got the win in that last battle. So we'll move on. He made it happen. And now we got Matt Rasecki here. He's one of one of my favorite drivers, honestly favorite driver right here. We haven't seen him for quite a few years. He's just been stuck in Canada, just chugging maple syrup and hating Trudeau. But right now he's coming down. He's got that skinny pedal down, LS power into the hood of that 350Z. And, man, I'm so excited to see him back at Evergreen Speedway.
Wow, well, that's a little preview of what you're going to see later as he drew a bye. So that was a bye run for Rasecki. This is Jeff Wohlert, the black BMW. Next to him, Jade Reimer in the blue Nissan Z.
Yeah, Jeff Wohlert, a little bit of a Dragon Slayer from the last event, took out Corey Keyser. Let's see if he can keep some of that momentum going here at this Highline shootout. But, man, he's dropping down a little bit on that bank. We'd like to see him ride that high line for the full duration of the bank. And so that might weigh against him. But Jade Reimer applying the pressure right now, coming in through the infield, going through the last clip right by the door. Man, side by side crossing the finish line. You see all the fans right there on the fence, right there at the wall, trying to get a good whiff of that tire smoke. Let's see, you got Hancooks, you got Toyos on the back of that. What do you got?
You got something. It was making some smoke and making some smell, that's for sure. Wohlert, the higher seed, by the way. He was 13 coming in. Reimer was the 20 seed coming up, and boy, we'd be hard-pressed to say that Jade didn't have a really good chase in this one.
Yeah, Jade's been getting better every time I've seen him on track. That's what I like to see. I like to see these drivers progress, you know, and just get better and better. That's absolutely what Jade's doing. That's the first half of this battle. So now we're going to reverse the order. Jade Reimer's going to lead the way. You see Jeff Wohlert, he leaves way early. So in competition, the chase driver is allowed to leave the line early to try and, pace the lead driver. But Jeff Wohlert, left egregiously early. That's the word I'm going to use for that, egregiously. That means way too much.
And in the judges' scoring, that will knock him down.
Yeah, that's going to weigh against him. That's a big mistake on his part, is honestly what it is, because the lead driver is the one who's supposed to set the pace. So they are the ones who dictate, where we're going on course, what line you're supposed to take. The chase driver's just supposed to follow him around. So that was just a miscalculation on Jeff Woolart's part, it looked like. But Jade Reamer, you see that? He's got his back tires. They were on the white line for the most part on the bank. He was looking pretty good there. And you see Jeff Woolart, just a little love tap.
We hadn't caught that in the regular footage. That's what the drone's good for.
That's right, baby. Getting nice up close and personal. We got Moonman FPV. We got Mike Rose just getting pitted out there and give us some of the sick footage out here. And it looks like Jade Reamer in that blue 350Z, he's going to get the win in that battle.
All right, moving on with the small upset. Eddie Hughes is in the red machine. The white Nissan, that is PJ Bolt.
Yeah, Eddie Hughes, very stylistic car. He's got that thing dumped. But you know what? He wants to come out and check out what all the competition stuff is about. He's dipping his toes in, and he's looking good right now. Look at that smoke line from Eddie and PJ Bolt in the back having problems, but we need to keep our lead driver honest. They need to finish the course without zeroing out in any way. But, man, Eddie Hughes looking sick out there, using the full width of that course and crossing the finish line with that skinny pedal matted.
He absolutely killed it there from the very first corner. And watch this from the drone, how much style he has put into this. This is a run.
Here we go. You see him. He's on that high line on the bank, and look at him carry it out. Doing a nice job carrying that as wide as he could. He could have held it a little bit more, but you know what? I ain't going to shake a stick at it. I like what you're doing, Eddie Hughes. You're doing a good job out there, nosing in on that inner clip there. He's going to finish right against the wall, right against all our fans here at DriftCon at the Highline Shootout.
That was beautiful. All right, so PJ Bolt's got some work to do to catch up. He is now in the outside lane. Move Hughes to the chase position, and round 2 underway.
Yeah, we saw PJ Bolt in the chase position. He drove off course. He straightened out. He's got a big incomplete, so he's sitting on a huge deficit coming into this half of the battle. I think Eddie Hughes might know that just a little bit, so he's hanging back a couple carts. He could be a little bit closer, but you know what? He kind of feels like he's got a big advantage. He's going to give his foe just a little bit of distance, but hey, as I say that, he closes it in, gets within a couple car lengths. Looking good, finishing side by side.
You know, that was still a really nice run out of PJ Bolt. He put her down. He put a lot of smoke down on the ground here in the second one, but he had so much ground to make up.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those weird things, man. Like, I mean, it's kind of one of those pressures off. I mean, you know, you spin out or you incomplete on your first run, you go into the second run, you're like, shoot, I'm playing with the house's money now.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can do something silly. PJ Bolt, he's doing some silly stuff out there, looking good, laying that smoke line down, but you know what? It was just too much of a hill to overcome. Eddie Hughes is going to get the win in this battle.
All right, we've got a couple of more runs here in our first segment on Home Track Heroes. This is Brandon Marcus. It's a solo run for him. Let's sit back, relax, and enjoy and see what he and his white Nissan can do.
Yeah, he qualified high. So a lot of our higher qualified drivers, it looks like we had out of a 32-seated bracket, we had, I think it was like 26 or 27 drivers actually qualify. So it was like the top 5 or 6 got bye runs. But, man, look at Brandon Marcus right now. He absolutely is just ready to put on a show, just hanging it out. Wow, that's as much angle as we've seen from any car all day, looking sick and showing you why he earned a bye run in qualifying. We're going to go to a drone replay. We even got a drone replay on this bye run.
So I want you to see at the very end when he crosses what I'm going to say is the start and the finish line there. The car was darn near like 90 degrees to the finish line as he came across it, just encapsulated in smoke at the back. And here's the coup de grace. Off the corner, all the way through, massive counter steer. See that?
Shoo.
He was nearly sideways to that line as he was coming
That's
across.
right.
That was nuts.
You know, legend says that he went and stole the angle kit off a forklift and just put it on that car. And you know what? That's what he's rocking with, supercharged power under the hood of that car. I'd like to see what he's got going on for the rest of the tournament, rest of this competition. Right now, we got a familiar face here in Mr. Tyler Mayer, the racer on Rails S13.
What a run he put on in our very first show. Tyler Mayer rolls through, and I mean, he's getting her sideways. Might be taking a little bit easy and leaving a little in the tank. Oh, punted the barrel. Poor innocent barrel gets nerfed for the second time already.
That was just a love tap.
It was a
all
love.
right. It's that I see you, Barrel. I know what you're doing. You're doing a good job. Here, let me just give you just a little quick kiss.
Mwah.
But Tyler Mayer, man, he is so good like in the lead position, in the chase position, anything you got, any aspect of drifting, he's fantastic at, and he'll do the same thing every frickin' time on the lead run. It's awesome to watch, and I just want to see more.
We got more coming up next here on Home Track Heroes. Welcome back here to Home Track Heroes on the CW11. Ben White, Caleb Hart, the High Line Shootout continues. We are in the round of 32, a fun first segment, and segment number 2, ready to crank up and going. We got a lot to pack in today, so let's get right back to the track, where Chad Wilson's got the silver Nissan, and Alex Steins has got the blue BMW. This is a 15 versus 18 matchup, so this should be pretty evenly matched.
Yeah, these drivers qualified very close together. They're both super fun to watch. Alex Steins, he won one of our grassroots event. He's another one of our drivers from the Great White North. And Chad Wilson, he actually pulled a sneaky on everyone here. He added a supercharger under the hood of that 350Z, or slightly protruding out of the hood of that 350Z. And right now, he's just kind of on his own lap. You see him. He's quite a few cars ahead of Alex Steins. I'd like to see Alex a little bit closer, but it's kind of stock power under the hood of that BMW. It's a little bit of a mismatch where I think these drivers, as far as their qualifying order, they're right next to each other.
So we'll see what happens in run number 2 when you've got, you flip-flop it, and it'll end up being Steins up front. Wilson ends up chasing him. Round number 1, don't quite know what to do. Let's see what round 2 gives to us, and our second look at her. All right. Off and running.
So to me, it looks like there's a bit of an advantage in Chad Wilson's corner. So second half of this battle, Chad Wilson, he doesn't want to leave it in the judges' hands, but oh no! Chad Wilson just failure to initiate in the back, and Alex Steins, he's leading the way. He's setting the pace. I mean, all we got to do is keep him honest, and right now, Chad Wilson, he's incompleted this run. Anything he does from here on out is negligible. Alex Steins, if we passes this one last spot on course, oh, man, that might be huge for Alex.
So terminology you just use failure to what?
Failure to initiate. So Chad Wilson, who is slightly out of frame here, you saw there was cones as we led up to the bank there. So the last cone set that we saw was the initiation point, the last chance initiation point. That's where we want to see these cars sideways. We want to see the back end stepped out and that controlled oversteer. And unfortunately, Chad Wilson was not able to achieve that in the chase position. Alex Steins is our winner.
All right, Steins gets the W. We move on. Jarrett Robertson, the purple Nissan. Spencer Bolt to the black Corvette. And this is a 10 versus 23 matchup.
Yeah, hell yeah. We got another one of the Bolts out here. He's got his C6 Corvette going on. And Jarrett Robertson, he's got the heart of a C6 Corvette under the hood of his car. He's got LS power in that 350Z. I'm very proud of him for going V8 power, and it's suiting him well, man. He looks killer in that purple Z. He's laying down quite the lead run right now, and Spencer Bolt is trying to be as aggressive as possible, trying to stick right next with him. But, man, good side-by-side battle from these guys on the first half.
That was an excellent, well-matched battle. Let's give it a second try. And there it is. There's that last cone that you were talking about before to the failure to initiate. I finally saw it in the drone replay.
Yeah, and if we saw that and if we're paying close attention, it looked like Spencer Bolt had a little bit of issue there as well in the chase position where he didn't initiate at those cones. So I feel like that's going to weigh against him when it goes to the judges' decision. Again, we have 3 judges who are going to decide, who becomes victorious in these battles, who establishes dominance, who does just a better overall job.
All right,
in these side-to-side battles.
They flip-flop. Now Robertson will chase Bolt.
Yes, sir.
Down the back straightaway, and they're off.
All right, so Spencer Bolt now is going to lead the way, set the pace. Good initiation from both these guys. Look at them both hanging out right away. Very positive initiations, but, Spencer Bolt, he's sitting on a bit of a deficit. He's got to do something wacky, something wild to sway the judges into his favor. But Jarrett Robertson, he can't be shaken. He can't be stirred. He is right there side by side as they cross the finish line. And we'll go to our drone replay, get another look at it.
That was a good run for Bolt, but I don't think he did enough to overcome that little initiation problem on the first one. Let's take a second look at it. And eyes from the sky, and both of them stepping that back end out. It's a pretty start.
Yeah, so one of the buzzwords in the competitive drifting world right now is X Factor. That little extra something, that's the je ne sais quoi, the I don't know what. That's what he had to apply. That's what Spencer Bolt needed to do, needed to have out there on track. and I just didn't see it. You know, when you're sitting on a deficit, you got to do something. He didn't do it. Jarrett Robertson gets the win.
Let's move on. It's Dario Redich, the black and teal Nissan, versus the blue machine of J.R. Goodwin. It's a 7 versus 26 matchup. Dario from the circle track world onto the new world of drifting, and ooh boy, here we go, sliding around to almost the edge of the racetrack.
Shoof! That blue machine almost went off the bank. Man, J.R. Goodwin having a little bit of a hard time in the chase position, but Dario Redich, he's having a great time in the lead position right now. He's got that skinny pedal to the floor. He's got a good smoke line going on, and man, another one of those guys who can do the same thing every time in that lead position.
That was impressive from Dario. Let's get a look here from the drone and watch. I mean, quickly, early, boy, all kinds of style just into that first turn. That was cool.
Yeah, that big feint initiation, that's one of those things, like you said, it adds to the style. You know, it goes into that category, that specific, you know, what we want to see, what these judges want to see, and that's why, you know, he's one of these high qualified drivers. That's why he's finding success in these competitions as he's come from the circle track world and invaded our drifty world.
So let's put a better word on it. A little bit of extra showmanship.
Showmanship.
I think that might have been what we just saw. Let's flip them. Goodwin now on the outside. Redich is going to challenge him and chase him from the inside. Here we go.
Yeah, that's right. So J.R. Goodwin is now going to lead the way. Man, we need to see him higher on the bank, especially with a little bit of a deficit like he was sitting on from that first run. Like we said, we need that X factor. We need that I don't know what to come in here and sway the judges into his decision. But, man, Dario Redich is absolutely, he made his presence felt. J.R. Goodwin felt him there. Dario Redich knows it. He's fist pumping out the window. You know, he's loving it. He's feeling it right now. Let's go to the drone replay, but I think I know which way the needle's swinging.
I think we've got a very good gauge as to what's happening here, and let's just take a look at the chase run that Dario puts together and what Goodwin could do from up in the front.
So this is one of those things where J.R. Goodwin should have been higher on the bank, but you saw how good Dario was, even though his lead driver, who he's supposed to mimic the line with, wasn't on the correct line. He was able to follow it just the same, put his car exactly where it's supposed to be, and you know what? That's why he gets the win.
All right, Corey Kieser is our 3 seed, and he's got to buy this, a very familiar car. It was an upset on the first edition of Home Track Heroes when he got knocked out in the opening round, the black and blue Mazda. Corey about to come and do big things, I think, here.
Yeah, Corey Kieser, he won our licensing shootout last year. He is a 2-time license holder. He's got that FDRX7 Turbo LS power under the hood of that thing. He's ready to make the next step, but, you know, just not quite yet. He still needs to sharpen his tools, sharpen his skills, hone them in, and he's got this buy run right now, making it happen, looking silky smooth out there, looking real slick out there on track.
All right, we're going to get a look from the drone, and while we do that, let you know Pardall Manufacturing, located in Seattle, a world leader in automotive lubricants with oils, additives, and lubricants for your car, truck, boat, or motorized toy. Pick the brand racers around the world rely on. Pardall, celebrating over 82 years in business and operating in 90 countries. Make Pardall your brand. Whew.
I tried to set you up with the slick on track, and if you wanted to keep your engine slick, you could bar it all. But you know what? Hey, we'll work on it.
We will.
We got this whole Home Track Heroes. I'll lob them up for you, and you'll start knocking them out.
We'll transition better on the next one.
Hell yeah, dude.
All right, here we go. Leon Ban in the teal and orange BMW against Camille Itaki. Or Itaki. What a great drift name.
Yeah, that's how we're pronouncing it. Just however you want. Whatever feels right. Camille Itaki.
Itaki.
That's right. Itaki in the chase position. But right now, Leon Ban is in the lead position in that blue BMW, the Autobahn Garage E46, he says, while squinting his eyes at the screen. Looking pretty good. Like to see him a little bit closer to that inner clipping zone. And as I squint my eyes even harder, I think it's an E36, so I'll correct myself. You know, yeah, I'm wrong frequently.
You know, they say hindsight's 20/20. Let's take a look at the drone replay, and maybe you'll get a better view from the drone. Whoa, right up on the back bumper cover.
Right up on it. So we saw good initiation from him. Like to see him a little bit higher on the bank. I mean, he's doing a pretty good job in lead position, using a lot of the course. But like to see him, you know, nose in. This is the big noticeable part right here. Like to see him nose in on that barrel. Like to see him glance against it.
To me, it looked like a conservative last third of the course. Is that a way to put it?
A little bit. So, you know, maybe he's got a little bit of jitters. It's one of those things in competition drifting. You got to get past that first battle. Like, you can be all jittery for that first battle, but once you get past that, get into the round of 16, get into the round of the 8, hey, man, it's just drifting, but you got to get there first.
Okay, so it's Ataki up on the front and
Wow.
Ban trying to chase him.
Wow, great bank run from Ataki right there. Doing a good job getting deep out into that zone, taking out some of them cones.
Cones are evil and should be punished.
That's right, baby. And he does a good job on that inner clip, better than Leon did, and he's finishing strong. So I don't know which way the judges are going to call this one. It's a very close battle between these two. Let's see if we can, if there's some true serum in these drone footage right here.
Ooh, yeah, I like the little switch. That was a good initiation on the second look at that one. I didn't catch it right off the bat.
Yeah, not super aggressive, but a very positive initiation. It looked like he was very sure of himself. That's what I want to do. Got a nice, good bank run. Look how close he is, how much closer especially he was to that inner clip. And finishing strong against the wall right here, crossing the finish line. Leon Band's nowhere in frame. Leon Band's going to be loaded on the trailer.
And the band stick was waved. Next run, Cole Townsend, white and red BMW versus Robin Foster, also a white BMW.
So Robin Foster was he was one of our Dragon Slayers from the last DriftCon, man. He made his way through a lot of battles, doing a killer job in that E30 BMW, but he's got an E36 BMW and a monster of one in Cole Townsend's red and white E36 here. Look at that smoke line from Cole Townsend. That's what we like. Cole Townsend has a blatant disregard for his own safety. That is how I like to describe him to absolutely everyone, and you can see it out here on track, man. If there's a guy who will emulate X Factor, it's either Corey Keyser or Cole Townsend, and man, are they killer out there on tracks. Lots of fun to watch.
I think as far as consistency goes in a run with a chase driver, that was pretty darn good because everywhere I saw him on that course, the back end of that car is sideways. It's in the zone. He initiated well and had some style in doing it. This is going to be a tough task to conquer here for Foster because Townsend was really good.
And you see he's very set it and forget it, right? He gets to angle, and you'd be able to see the corrections in them chromey wheels. There's no corrections in those chromey wheels from Cole Townsend, so we're going to reverse the order. Robin Foster might be sitting on a little bit of a disadvantage here, but hey, there's 2 runs. This is the second one. Anything can happen.
Hey, look at that. And he's got a nice start. Back into that thing, kicking out well. Now let's see if he can put on a smoke show for us.
Yeah, doing a killer job of Cole Townsend, making his presence felt right side by side with Robin Foster. Names are hard. Cars are fast. I'm excited. Look at these guys side by side. Man, Robin Foster cutting the line a little bit, but it doesn't matter. Cole Townsend is right there, crossing the finish line, right next to him. They're across the finish line. Safe. Look at that. Facing the wrong way as they come up right next to Derek Hobbs. Derek, were you scared on that one? You get a little terrified? He says, hey, he's playing it cool. He's playing it cool. He wasn't that cool. He had to change his pants after that one. But look at this. Side by side, both these guys, white BMWs, 2 different generations. Man, Cole Townsend almost bumper sweeping Robin Townsend. Holy cow. Robin Townsend, Robin Foster, I don't know, but Cole Townsend, he's the one who's going to get the win in this battle.
That was cool. What a run for him and the stylistic finish at the very end. So,
holy cow, what a battle.
Yeah, Townsend moves on. Foster takes a seat. This is Gaston Morrison, red-black Nissan 240, and a solo run for him. He was the 6th seed, and this is the last of our buys that came from the round of 32.
Yeah, Gaston Morrison, another one of those guys from the Great White North, man, a killer job. He's a stuntman by day, and, come out here, he took a day off, but he came out drifting during day. And that's what we like to see. Hey, this guy's a killer, absolute slayer out there. Lots of fun to watch. And another one of those guys, he's, a yardstick of a driver just because he does the same thing every time. He's, one of those Tyler Mayer kind of drivers. Like, just goes out there, rides the high line every single time. I mean, he gets paid to put cars in the right spot, and he also does it for fun.
He's Canadian. He's running a red, white, and blue race car.
Red, white, and gray. Red, white, and blue. I don't know. He's just excited.
Okay, just checking. Yeah, maybe he's got some conflicts going on here. That's okay. We're all right with it. All right, so that's going to do it. Gaston moves on. That was the last of the 32 runs. This is a round of 16 run. The 1 seed, Jace Havoc, our previous winner, the yellow and black Nissan versus Brandon Theriot, the white Mustang. 1 versus 16, and we're rolling in the round of 16.
All right, so Jace got a bye run in the round of 32. So now we're in the 16, where Brendan Theriot has already had a battle under his belt. So we'll see if that weighs in his favor, if that weighs against him. But man, Jace Havoc, look at that. Just a crazy good driver. Like, he just keeps the skinny pedal on the floor and just pours out a smoke line and just kind of steers that thing around. And man, does it work for him. It's so fun to watch. The car looks great. and you know what? He just smoked out his opponent.
Yeah, how in the world would Therio even be able to see here? We're going to watch it from the drone, and I imagine that our screen is going to look like we're fogging for skeeters here.
Right about here, he's squinting. He's squinting real hard, and now he's hoping. He's hoping that he doesn't hit someone. He cuts through the smoke line, but you know what? He doesn't get to that. I think it was like the third outer zone. One of the outer zones, he completely forgoes it, tries to keep it in the name of proximity. But you know what? That's going to weigh against him. That's a little bit of a mistake. But, man, Jace Hobbick, I didn't see a single mistake from him in the lead position.
He was the winner of our big bounty tournament, and he is the 1 seed here in the Highline Shootout. Now he is chasing. And, well, Therio, you got a chance to do something epic. You better do her.
All right, part of the Ride the Wall drift team is the Brandon Therio there. Looking good, trying to ride that high line. He's at least in the high lane, but Jace Hobbick following right there with him, seeing what he's laying down. And, hey, look, we need to go a little bit more sideways. Jace Hobbick is right there, right beside him, throwing down just as much angle, mimicking the line, mimicking the angle. You know, it's hard to beat that. It's hard to shake a stick at that.
He's the 1 seed for a reason. We're going to get a second look at it. That was an incredible run in the chase position from Havoc again. And, you know, a hat shake going off to Therio. He had a pretty good run up front, but, man, it was just as good right behind him.
Yeah, he got that clean air in front of him. But, hey, you know what? You can't have a good chaser unless you have a good lead run. Brendan Therio put down a good lead run, a nice, chaseable, predictable lead run, but that made it so Jace Hobbick felt comfortable. It was like a warm blanket. Kept him right there in the chase position.
All right, let's throw it to Derek for our winner interview.
All right, Jace. That was a really nice follow run. Kept it nice and tight. Is that what you think you got you through on that one?
Yeah, I tried to maintain good proximity. I see a little bit of improvement I could make in my lead run, but still came out on top, so it's a good day.
All right, who would you like to thank for getting you out here today?
First and foremost, thank the crew. They keep it dialed. A2 Engineering, Shift Hawthorne Candle Company, Vic Brothers Racing, Cameron Moore. He's with Valino Tires Northwest. They keep me gripped up out here.
All right, sounds good.
Well, let's move on. Matt Poirina, the white Nissan, actually advanced over his battle with Sergey in the previous run. We thought Sergey had it. It was actually Matt. So he's on the outside chasing him. Spencer Casey, the black and yellow Corvette. This is the 8-9 battle here in the round of 16.
Hey, Matt, that's my bad. My bad, dog.
He's even doing the chest pound here.
I did. You can't see it, but it was there. Okay, it's implied.
Now make it count.
All right, here we go. So Matt Poirina out in the lead position, trying to put some respect on his name right now, and man, he's looking good out there. And Spencer Casey right there next to him, seeing what he's laying down, and he's like, "All right, I see you. I'm right here, dog." Crossing the finish line side by side. Man, what a run from these two.
Yeah, that was solid. It looked like mirror driving mode on Gran Turismo. What the heck you're going to play for your driving game? Forza, Gran Turismo, whatever it's going to be. As you roll through the corner, and boy, these two pretty evenly matched as the drone doesn't even know which way he wants to go.
Drone doesn't know which one to focus on. It was like auto-focusing back and forth. He's like, these guys are awesome. Both of them are awesome. Who do I look at? I don't know.
Well, we're going to have a whole nother run to decide. Let's flip-flop them. Now, Casey leads, Poirina chases.
Yeah, no real clear, advantage to either of these drivers. Both of them did a really good job. Let's see in the second half of this battle. Man, Spencer Casey, you see how fast, how much mechanical grip that Corvette has, and he is just on one. He's going so fast, the bumper's folded in under that thing. Holy cow.
Bumpers are for losers. Let's go.
That's right. Let's lose those. It's too much weight.
That's right.
Let's see if we can hang off some of those bumpers yard sale on track throughout the day. But, man, Spencer Casey just out there. He gained that like 2 or 3 car lead right off the hop, and I don't think he lost it the whole track. So decent initiation from him. Like to see a little bit snappier to angle. He kind of dialed it in gradually, whereas some of these drivers, they're able to snap it to angle, keep that angle throughout the duration of the track. But he did a good job of keeping high on the bank. He's doing a great job of navigating through the course, keeping on line. And let's see if we have a decision from these judges.
I'll tell you what, I think the judges want to see it one more time, and we will.
Too close to call.
Welcome back to Home Track Heroes here on the CW11. I'm Caleb Hart. He is Ben White. We had such a good run from Matt Poirina and Spencer Casey to end the last segment. we're going to start them out with another try at advancing through the round of 16.
Hey, man, it was too close to call for these judges. I mean, both these guys doing a killer job on track, so might as well make them go again.
Let's see it a second time.
Absolutely. So setting it up, we got Matt Poirena. He's going to lead the way. This is a brand new battle. So Matt Poirena is going to lead the way. Spencer Casey doing chase. Let's see. Nice initiation from Poirena. Spencer Casey right there with him. Decent high line. Could be a little bit higher from Poirena, but that's just nitpicking at this point because look at him getting out to those zones. Spencer Casey's almost deeper out into those outer zones coming through the power alley. And look at these guys side by side. Spencer Casey getting a little bit choked up, but hey, it's nothing that guy can't handle.
All right, let's take one more look at it from the drone point of view, and we're starting way up overhead, and then we're going to zoom in really close.
Wow, nice initiation from Matt Poirena. Good job from him. Both these guys side by side, man. Look at these guys coming into that outer zone. Like I said, Matt Poirena there, but Spencer Casey got deeper into that outer zone, the chase position. Not something you typically see, but look at these guys side by side. Nice, clean run from both these drivers.
It's almost like Casey has too much power in the chase position for this matchup. It seems like he had to hold way back on that.
A little bit, man. I mean, these Corvettes have so much mechanical grip just built in them naturally that they just want a rocket ship. I mean, they're essentially race cars straight from GM. But, you know, we've adapted them for drifting, gave them a little bit more steering angle, and, hey, they work phenomenally.
Wow, look at the angle on that tire as he comes off the bank. That's something.
But the angle was good, but the line was not there from Spencer Casey. He's way better at going high line on that. Shoot, but Matt Poirena, I don't know what happened to him. We're going to have to check this drone replay. He didn't get a clean runoff.
No, he did not. So a second look at it, and as we take a look at this, speaking of clean, for absolutely the best car wash ever, treat your favorite ride to the brand new Chain Link Express Wash in Monroe. Express Wash has multiple wash packages designed to meet your budget and needs. Manage your Chain Link Express Wash account easily on the go. Download the app from the App Store or Google Play today.
All right, we'll go to the judge's decision now. Spencer Casey, he's going to cross the finish line, but Matt Poirena just having a hard time.
All right, Spencer, so we had one more time, kind of anticlimactic with that. So talk about the first one. It looked like you kind of, with your strategy to really, really hit it hard on your lead run to kind of pull away from him.
Yeah, and in chase, I initiated a little late. I underestimated how fast this car was. It was slower than I thought it was going to be. So I initiated a little late. I thought I had a great chase, and then just do what I always do in lead. I don't try to play games, just go as fast as I can and hit my marks. Ended up one more time, but that one went my way.
All right, who would you like to thank for getting you here?
I'd like to thank my dad, my wife Morgan, my baby, he's at grandma's, baby Rip, Drift Cave, Just Burgers, Zestino Tires, just everyone that's behind me.
All right, congratulations.
So as we move on to our next matchup, can we get Derek Hobbs to tell Spencer that he's got a headlight out?
I think you should tell him he's got a headlight out.
All right, Derek, if you can hear us, next time will you please tell Spencer he's got a headlight out? Thank you. Matt Rusecki, the silver Nissan Z. The blue Nissan Z is Jade Reimer, who pulled the upset in round number 1. Let's get going. Ooh, look at that tail wiggle getting into that first turn.
That's right. Nice feint initiation from Matt Rusecki up front. Both these guys in 350Zs, but different power plants. Matt Rusecki, LS V8 power under the hood of that thing. And Jade Reimer is, from what I understand, mostly stock under the hood of that deal. But, hey, Jade's doing a very good job sticking right there with Matt Rusecki. But you can see Matt Rusecki, he's got that skinny pedal down. He's got that smoke line coming out. Man, what a good look from him. Look at this drone replay right now, getting them both in frame. And you see Matt Rusecki's able to, you know, as he keeps a little bit more momentum in the car, he's able to keep a little bit more angle in the car. And Jade Reimer shortens up the angle, tries to keep more speed in the vehicle to maintain proximity. But, man, Matt Rusecki is just on one right now.
I would say Rusecki's your leader in the clubhouse as we flip sides here for round 2.
100%, yep. He's definitely in my top 8.
All right.
Top 8 right now.
He had the bye in the first round. He was your 4th overall seed. Reimer was the 20 seed. And let's see if he can pull off something big here as they'll work their way up into the banking.
All right, nice smooth initiation from Jade Reimer. He knows what he has to do to try and keep that high line. A little bit of a bobble mid-bank there. And you see he doesn't have a whole lot of vehicle speed trying to keep that thing sideways. And Matt Rusecki having to choke up a little bit, having to, you know, to rein back on the horses. Say, whoa,
wow.
Stay back. But, man, side by side, crossing the finish line, both these guys. Let's get another look at it. Let's get this drone replay.
Hey, by no means a bad run from Reimer, but Rusecki, I think, just more style, more angle, better all the way across here. And you can see that thing's got some serious power in as he gets chased to Reimer.
Absolutely. You see him checking up on the brakes, even on the bank. Good, fluid transition from him to maintain proximity, stay out of that front car, and look at this. They're going to finish side by side. Maybe a little door mark, maybe a little rubbing. I don't know. Rubbin's racing. I like what I saw. So did the judges with Matt Rusecki.
All right, so we had a little touch in there at the end, but nothing hurt. But made it through.
No, I just made sure I got the win with a little bump.
Who would you like to thank for getting you out here today?
Girlfriend supporting me, letting me work on the car.
All right, congratulations.
5-12 matchup now here in the round of 16. Brandon Marcus, the white Nissan, versus the Eddie Hughes red mobile. He was the 12 seed, and let's go.
Yeah, we saw this battle actually in the Big Bounty tournament as well. So Eddie Hughes is actually looking for some redemption here, going up against a Goliath in Brandon Marcus right now. And that Rocket Bunny kitted, supercharged V8 under the hood of that thing, and you can see that smoke line just billowing out from those arches, and Eddie Hughes doing what he can to try and stick with him. You see, Eddie Hughes doesn't have as much angle. That's because he's trying to keep that vehicle speed in the car, trying to maintain proximity, doing a good job there, but Brandon Marcus using the whole track, using all that forklift angle kit, looking good out there.
Man, he just blanketed the racetrack in smoke, starting right at the apex there as he came down off the bank, and it gets progressively more fun as this run continues. Look at that.
Using the whole course is Brandon Marcus, doing a fantastic job in the lead position. Hey, that's what we're talking about with that X Factor. You see how snappy those transitions are. You see how much angle he has going through those clipping zones. Man, what a killer job from him out front. But now we're going to, switch the spots, change positions. Eddie Hughes is going to set the pace. Let's see what Brandon Marcus does in the chase position.
All right, Hughes in the red car, Marcus in the white car. Up the bank they go. Let the smoke show begin.
Yeah, Eddie Hughes doing an okay job. Like to see him a little bit higher on the bank. We almost saw Brandon Marcus initiate earlier than Eddie Hughes in the chase position. Not something you typically see. Wow, Brandon Marcus slowing down with angle. This is what I like to see. Him, character development, driver development. Brandon Marcus is getting better and better every day, and I love seeing it. I want to see it again. I want to see it more. Let's keep going here.
Man, as a noted hater of tires, you had to love these runs.
Absolutely,
look how
dude.
much rubber just got killed.
Yeah, it's gone. We don't need no rubber. Let them tires burn. Okay, let's get them gone. And Brandon Marcus, wow, look at the job he's doing, man. He is reining that car back. That car is like 800 horsepower, and he's keeping it right behind Eddie Hughes, doing a fantastic job. Good car control from him, and he's rewarded with a win.
All right, I know you love tire rules, and this one doesn't have one, so you can just burn them off, and it'll look like you used every bit of those rear tires throwing the smoke down. Talk us about those runs.
Well, Eddie and I had a couple battles before, and they were good. And this one, like you said, we come out here, we bring the big power car for, a medium-sized layout, and you just get to burn them off, and it's really fun. Car makes much power, and we're just happy to be here and throw the rubber on the track and get through a battle. So, yeah, we appreciate it.
All right, who would you like to thank?
My wife, Ashley, Tyler, Matt, Juan, Dirty, everybody, my mom and dad. You guys are awesome. My crew, they kill it. They keep us out here, so we're excited. Barton All for throwing the series, Evergreen Drift for, letting us have it here. You guys do awesome. Keep throwing good events. DriftCon, also, good job, guys.
All right, good job. We'll see you in the next round.
The Highline shootout continues. Tyler Mayer, the blue, white, and pink Nissan, taking on Alex Steins, the blue BMW. This is your 2 versus your 18 seed coming up.
Yeah, Tyler Mayer, just always a killer driver. Man, that car is looking just as killer as his driving is. The Racer on Rails S13, big initiation from him. Nice job out front. Could be a little bit higher, but that's nitpicking. That's all that is. Tyler Mayer doing a killer job. You see him steering in to those outer zones. Man, I think he could be a little bit deeper on those outer zones. So I don't know if there's a little bit of strategery in his mind in the lead position. I don't know what he's doing, but Alex Steins doing a pretty good job of keeping up.
I liked Steins' run from behind, and clearly you saw him take off early to try to keep up. Mayer's got a lot more power than he does. Through the track they go, and we're getting a second look at it via the drones.
Yeah, JZ Power under the hood of Tyler Mayer's S13. Man, what a good job by him. What a killer car. But you see, we'd like to see him out dragging the bumper against those cones. So, he's leaving 3 or 4 feet on the table on each of those outer zones in our power alley. like to see him a little bit deeper. And when he gets deeper, that gives more ample opportunity for, the chase driver, in this case, Alex Steins, to be able to be closer and to, get that proximity, put on a good show.
All right, so Steins is going to go up into the lead spot, and we're going to see how much Mayer kind of has to throttle back here in order to do his thing. They're off.
Well, Mayer is very, very good at slowing a car down, maintaining drift, and maintaining proximity. And look at this. Alex Steins doing a very good job putting his car. Wow, big snappy transition from Alex Steins. He maintains it. He keeps that angle, keeps that car in drift, and Tyler Mayer is not phased, not shaken, not stirred. Stays right there with them as they cross the finish line.
That was a fun run. Let's get a second look at it. And it started with some shenanigans coming off the line and starting, and it only gets better from there.
Yeah, here we go. Alex Steins doing a pretty good job on the bank. Again, could be a little bit higher, but that's about where Tyler Mayer was. But you see Tyler Mayer starting to get aggressive, like a shark in the water right here. Big angle from Alex Steins. That's what's up, buddy. That's a good job. But you know who did a better job? Tyler Mayer right now. Look at him maintaining that proximity. He is unfazed, crossing the finish line. That's 2 runs done, son. The judges gave it to Tyler Mayer.
Well. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Another top 16 for you. Kind of talk us through, the day so far and how you feeling about the car.
The car's feeling great. The day's going good. I qualified well. I got a bye, so that was my first battle. And the first battle of the day is always the most difficult one. But after you get that through, it's like the nerves are kind of gone, and now we're just having fun and driving hard.
All right, who would you like to thank for getting you here?
Racer on Wales, my buddy Juan for showing up always and helping me with tires and stuff. Pulse for Health, JT Racing for all my fuel, Tire Streets for tires, Speedy Signs for the livery. It looks freaking sweet. But yeah.
All right, congratulations.
7 versus 10 matchup next. Dario Redich versus Jarrett Robertson. Redich has got the black and teal Nissan. The purple Nissan is Robertson. This should be a fun one. We saw some style out of these boys before. Let's see what they got in this time.
Hell yeah, man. Jarrett Robertson, he is getting that 350Z dialed in with that LS power. And LS power under the hood also of Dario Redich. So you can't argue about, a power discrepancy. They're basically the same in these cars. And so, you know what? It's just going to be a driver's battle here. So we see Dario Redich. Nice angle from him coming through the power alley. And Jarrett Robertson right there cutting the line quite a bit. Hitting it with hit the barrel with the front corner of his car. But you know what? Does it in the name of proximity. Dario Redich almost shutting it down before the end there. I want to see a replay of that.
I wonder if he's going to get dinged for how straight he came across that line at the very end of it. Now, from the very beginning, look at him. That car sideways all over this course. He stays, I guess the term, in drift for quite a while, but that end is what you're going to question here.
Yeah, so let's see here, keep him honest. So Jarrett Robertson obviously cut the line quite a bit there, but Dario Redich almost straight coming through the finish line. So I don't know if it's necessarily like a full incomplete. I don't know if he totally went straight, but it might be a little bit of a deduction. It might weigh against him if it comes down to, one of those tricky decisions from the judges.
We are not in the minds of the judges, and thank God we are not.
I don't want in there. It's just tacos and drifting. That's all it is. Tacos, unicorns, and drifting.
Wow, other than unicorns, that sounds fantastic. Let's roll. It's Robertson and Reddick. Roll number 2.
Jarrett Robertson just standing on it in the Z car. Man, Dario Redich is right there with him, though, just unfazed. I think he knows that he needs to make an impact in the judges' eyes, so he is right there with Jarrett. What a killer run. Let's get that video game look.
All right, so what are you seeing here as far as the technical aspect of this run goes?
All right, let's see if I can weigh it down. Wow, that's not a very snappy initiation from Dario Redich. He very much just kind of drove into angle there where you could see a very much positive initiation from Jarrett Robertson. Jarrett doing a good job through the power alley, filling those outer zones. Nice job on that inner clip. Both these guys side by side crossing the finish line. Jarrett Robertson, big commitment, big X factor from him. Let's see what the judges say.
All right, Dario, I know I'm not supposed to be happy for different people winning, but I'm happy for you because I feel like you have just had the worst luck in all these big competitions. You've had great runs. You just ran into guys that had even greater runs. So how does it feel to throw one down and get to talk to me?
It feels really good. I'm finally back out here with just winnable battles. I feel like people are just like putting it on my door. It's impossible. And today it feels extra good because my dad and I were up till 2 a.m. swapping the steering rack. Didn't fix our problem. Here at the track, my mom went to AutoZone to pick up a power steering pump that was in stock. We swapped it here at the track, got out practice, and car's doing great. Better than has.
I probably don't have to ask who you would need to thank. Probably the parents, number one.
The parents, of course, they do so much over the top for me. Amazing. And then everybody on the car, the Lime, Lux Performance, Entra Marketing, J2 Racing. I just can't do it without all of them. They're amazing.
All right, congratulations, man. We'll see you in the next round.
Well, Reddick gets the win. We're down to our final run here in this segment in the round of 16. We'll have a little bit more coming up after the break. But this is Corey Kieser, the blue-black Mazda, versus Kamil Ataki, the black car, on the attack.
So this is this is one of the contrasts of vehicles that we have out here, you know, in drifting competition at Evergreen Speedway. So we got a full-on pro-level build in Corey Kieser's FDRX7 out front, and Kamil Ataki, which is more of a grassroots level build. But hey, he's out here, he's swinging for the fences, he's coming up against these big dogs, doing what he can. But Corey Kieser, man, this is a gun and a knife fight right now. Looking killer out there out front.
Only way you'll get better is by going up against better competition. So let's watch a second look at it as Kieser, right up on the edge of the bank.
That's right. You can't be the best until you beat the best. And Corey Kieser, you know, he's one of the best out here. Big angle from him in that FDRX7. Looking killer. Big smoke line. He's got door smoke coming out of that sucker. I don't even know the physics of that. How does science work? I don't know. But you know what, Corey Kieser, he just makes it work out there. So he's going to be in the chase position now. They're going to reverse the order. Kamil Ataki, I think he's got a bit of a deficit. Let's see if he does something exciting in the lead position.
Ataki really has nothing to lose here. Can just absolutely hang this thing out to dry and go for it, right?
That's right, man. Just swing for it. Swing for the fences. See what you got. Throw some snappy transitions in there. See if you can get some X factor going. Good job from him getting to those outer zones. I'd like to see those cones flying everywhere versus them being 5 feet off him. Kamil doing a good job. I'd like to see him a little bit closer on that inner, but Corey Kieser, hey, I don't know if I could see him a little bit closer. He's doing a fantastic job in the chase position.
Well, Kamil swung hard in case he hit something. Let's take a second look at it from the drone replay.
You know, the only thing I can nitpick about Kamil really is that he's got the top up on a sunny day, man. Let that top down. I want to see the wind flow past his helmet. I want to see everything he's doing. But, hey, you know what? He's doing a good job getting to those outer zones. Overshoots it a little bit and tries to reel it in on this inner. But, hey, that's a little bit too little, too late. Corey Kieser is just laying it down on there on track, and he is just on one today at the Highline Shootout.
All right, Corey. So it looked like you had a little bit of a checkup there. Yeah. Is this something he did and you just didn't know where he was going, or?
Yeah, I went against him in practice, and his car's just a lot slower. So it looks like he was just washing out at the end of the power alley. So I'm coming in with a lot of speed right there. So I just kind of had to check up. He went really, really wide. So it's really hard to get on the same line when the cards are so different. So.
All right, who would you like to thank for getting you here?
I'd just like to thank my friends and family for being here. They come to every event and support me, and then all my sponsors.
All right, we'll see you in the next round.
We are in the middle of the Highline Shootout here on Home Track Heroes as DriftCon presented by Bardall back on the track. Caleb Hart, Ben White, and we have got one more run in the round of 16 before we're to the round of 8, and it's getting some serious business right now.
The competition always gets tighter and tighter as we go rounds. This is the last of the round of 16, and we got some of the fiercest competitors right here. We got Gaston Morrison. He's going to lead the way in that S13, and he's got Cole Townsend chasing him down that E36 BMW. Man, what a line right there from Gaston Morrison, riding the high line on the bank, coming in deep into those outers. You see him just gobbling up all those cones, and Cole Townsend right there with them.
Wow, proximity's pretty incredible. The mirroring's pretty incredible, too, from the chase position. That was something great on round number 1, and let's get another look.
Here we go. So Gaston Morrison's leading the way. We want him to put down as close to a 100-point qualifying run as possible, and that bank run is borderline textbook right there, and it gave every opportunity for Cole Townsend to just stick it to his door. Gobbled up all 3 of those cones in that first outer zone. Didn't quite get to the second one, but hey, that opened the door for Cole Townsend. He's right there side by side, finessing it in and finishing right next to Gaston Morrison.
That was incredible. All right, let's see what round 2 looks like. Townsend on the outside, Gaston on the inside, as it's the Nissan versus the BMW. Second try.
All right, so like we said, the chase driver is allowed to leave the line a little bit early. You saw Gaston rolling, trying to get a little bit of momentum in that car because he knows Cole Townsend has got a rocket ship of an E36 BMW, and you see him standing on that skinny pedal, sending it wide, gobbling up those same 3 cones. He says, anything you can do, I can do better. Here we go, Cole Townsend, big angle from him. Gaston getting a little bit lost in the sauce back there. Ooh, and checking up a little bit as they cross the finish line. So let's check the drone and see what exactly happened on the second half of this battle.
That was a tight matchup between the first and second runs until I want to say those last, 2 zones, 2 corners.
Yeah, Cole Townsend, he just keeps up such a pace in the lead position. You see him dumping tires just like Gaston did in the lead position. So, it's kind of tit for tat, but right now Gaston in the chase kind of gets choked up a little bit here, is not as fluid. Let's see what the judges have to say.
All right, Cole. That seemed like a pretty tight battle. What do you think? What do you think the judges saw that pushed you over the top in that one?
I think I was probably a little closer on the chase. I don't know how close he was, but it really felt good for me. I think I had one little mistake on the last transition into the outer zone 3 when I was in the chase behind him. I straightened up a little bit, didn't come out of drift, but I'm just stoked to come out on top.
All right, who would you like to thank for getting you here?
Just all my friends are over there in the pits, helping cook food, get ready for the battles and everything.
All right, we'll see you in the next round.
Well, Townsend pulls the upset as we are now into the round of 8, and we are just a little ways away from our money runs. Jace Havoc in the yellow and black Nissan. The black and yellow Corvette is Spencer Casey. This is 1 versus 9 in the round of 8.
Man, this is the Wiz Khalifa battle right here. Just black and yellow, black and yellow.
Black and yellow,
red.
black and yellow. I picked up. We're good.
So Jace Havoc is actually in the yellow and black car, while Spencer Casey is in the black and yellow car. So Jace is out front, S13, LS power under the hood of that thing. You see Spencer Casey cutting through the smoke line in the chase position, but Jace doing what he's done all day, what he's done in every competition we've had this year, and just laying down a solid lead run.
Wow, Havoc has been so good in all of our drifts so far here on Home Track Heroes and into the initiation zone, and here comes the smoke.
That's right. Big, snappy initiation from him. So you see how that's a big positive initiation. You're like, yeah, the butt end of that car is out. It stepped out. He is in drift. And Spencer Casey doing what he can to keep proximity, to keep close to his competitor. They finished side by side, but he had to, finesse that in throughout the entire run.
So pressure's on Casey here as Havoc should be your leader in the clubhouse as the second run begins.
All right, here we go. So Spencer Casey now got the clean air in front of him. He's going to put down a lead run. Look at him just kind of, oh, man, failure to initiate there. So steered in. The car didn't really step out, and that's a big mistake from him, causing a big mistake from Jace Havoc. So I feel like that error is going to be on Spencer Casey. So Spencer Casey caused a little bit of an error in Jace Havoc's run, made him make a mistake. We'll show you in the drone replay exactly what's going on here. So you'll see to the left, there's the 3-2-1 cones, and Spencer Casey, kind of gets the car stepped out and then weeble wobbles some more angle at it. So it's not fluid, and it's not what the judges call a chaseable lead run. It's one of those difficult things. The chase driver is supposed to have trust in the lead driver, supposed to be able to put it on his door. And you know what? Jace Havoc just tried to pull an evasive maneuver to try and save his car, so he didn't have to spend time on the frame rack.
Well, sometimes it's about you, and sometimes about the other guy. You got to feel bad for Casey there. It looked like he was really upset with himself.
Oh, yeah. I saw him understeering right on initiation. I go, son of a gun. That really sucks. But, I mean, that's all it takes. One little mistake, and that's the day. But I wish we could have battled a nice, clean battle. I was really looking forward to running his door all the way the whole run.
Yeah, you guys had it. The first run was great. That was a really tight, really competitive. But sometimes that kind of stuff happens. So.
Yep. To have a good chase, you got to have a good lead. So it goes both ways.
All right, we'll see you in the next round.
Thank you.
4 versus 5 in the round of 8. Matt Rusecki, the silver Nissan Z. Brandon Marcus, the white Nissan. This ought to be a lot of fun. And again, we are closing in on the final 4. We are underway for this run.
All right, so Matt Rusecki is the higher qualified driver, so he's going to lead the way first. Nice initiation from him, but Brandon Marcus absolutely applying the pressure. He knows who he's going against. He knows that Matt Rusecki is a titan of drifting in the Pacific Northwest, and he has no worries about sticking right next to him. Matt Rusecki getting a little bit of a gap, but man, Brandon Marcus just reeling him right back in. And look at that, just kind of an inconsistent distance here from the lead and chase position. So we'll watch the drone replay, get another look at it. Nice side-by-side initiation from these two. Looking killer out there. Good bank run from both of them.
Speaking of bank, Coastal Community Bank. Community, their middle name. Our bankers take time to understand your business and help move it forward. Coastal Community Bank, an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right, so they're finishing side-by-side-ish. So like I said, there's an inconsistent gap between the two, so I don't really know. I don't think the needle's swaying in either direction right there. I think it's dead center, so we'll see if we can get a definitive winner here in the second half of this battle. As Brandon Marcus now leads the way, does a good job in the high lane on the bank there. Matt Rusecki could be a little bit closer, but Brandon Marcus doing a great job. Big smoke line. That's something that can definitely phase the chase driver in Matt Rusecki. But, man, Matt is finishing right next to him. Both these guys, what a killer battle from them.
Wow. All right, so Drone's going to tell us a lot here on this.
Brandon Marcus just cooking him off right from the start line. And, man, that smoke line doesn't let up. Matt Rusecki doing what he can. You see him cutting the line a little bit, trying to maintain proximity, but Brandon Marcus filling all those zones, nosing in on that clip, and keeping that skinny pedal to the floor right through the finish line. Let's see what the judges have to say.
Yeah, I think we got our winner.
Yeah, we do. Heck yeah, Brandon Marcus, baby.
All right. It seemed like you had a really good chase run to start with. It seemed like that was, kind of was the deciding factor. But what do you think was the deciding factor on that?
I'm going to tell you the truth. Drifting's all about that lead run he throws down for me. So Matt, what a great driver. He's been doing it for a while. We trust our car. He trusts his cars. And we were able probably to have a little bit more car than him today. Maybe not a better driver, but we had, a little bit better car. And when you load your car up the way he does and just puts it everywhere, it just makes it easy for the chase driver, right? So we appreciate him to put on a good show and just throw that front line that's beautiful and allow us to do what we do. And then opposite, I like to go out and just throw down that lead lap and if they stay with me, they do. If they don't, I want to qualify run a lap that I qualify in, just every time consistent. So it makes for good battles for the fans, good battles for the track, good battles for everybody. So we're really excited to be moving on. We look forward to the next two drivers, and this is awesome.
All right, we'll see you in the next round.
All right, almost down with the round of 8. It is Tyler Mayer, the blue, white, and pink Nissan versus the black and teal Nissan, Dario Reddick. It's 2 versus 7, and we're about to get off and underway. And Ben, if you're in Dario's position, do you got to know who you're going up against and know you got to bring your A game here?
All the time. Any competitor that you're going against, you definitely have to know who they are, what they're capable of. And in Dario's position, he's got to feel really comfortable because he has got an absolute sewing machine of a driver in front of him. This guy does the same thing every time. We're talking about Tyler Mayer in the Racer on Rails S13 and Dario Reddick. Oh, no, man. Got put in the spin cycle in the chase position. So let's see. We got the uncrossed eyes, the crossed eyes. We got the double vision.
All right, so taking a second look at it, that's Mayer on the left that the drone is following, Reddick on the right. And right at the very end, Dario, again, up against the 2 seed here. And Mayer putting down his same consistent lap, and here it comes. Overcooks it.
Man, so I think Dario just got a little bit too snappy on that transition. It didn't look, it didn't look like Tyler Mayer checked up or anything, did any funny business. He was smooth and fluid through the last part of that track, and Dario maybe just a little bit too snappy on transition, a little bit too overzealous, but hey, he's sitting on a deficit now, so let's see if he lets it all hang out here in the second half of this battle.
He's really going to have to put it to him, and boy, Tyler Mayer is not going to make it easy.
Establishing dominance. He is not letting up. Tyler Mayer right there with him. He doesn't even have to contend with a smoke line because he's so close to Dario Reddick. Look at that. Side by side, Dario Reddick doing what he can, but Tyler Mayer just a little bit too much to handle right now.
Yeah, that was a clinic by Mayer, and especially knowing that Dario had spun out behind him on the run before. Let's take a second look from the drone.
Yeah, it's wild. Some of these drivers, if they know that they have an advantage, will hang back a little bit. Not Tyler Mayer. Tyler Mayer does not want to leave anything in the judges' hands. No reasons whatsoever for them to sway the needle the other way. Hey, look, he stuck it to his door. He wants this win. He looks hungry out there on track. And, man, I think it's going to work in his favor.
Point to the left. Mayer wins, and on to the final 4 he goes.
All right, Tyler. So you see him spin at the end of the first one. Like, mentally, how do you approach that second run, knowing that he had spun out in the first one?
This is a top 4, right? Or top 8?
Top 8.
Yeah. At this point, we're just pushing. So drive hard with everybody, and he's a really good driver, so I knew I could trust him, so I tried as best I could to stick it to his door.
Yeah, it didn't look like you took it easy in the chase run. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, it's almost hard to drive half sometimes, so you just have to drive how you always drive, which is just hard.
All right, congratulations.
Final spot in the final 4 available, Corey Keyser versus Cole Townsend. It is the teal and black Mazda versus the white and red Beamer, and we're off.
So Corey Keyser and Cole Townsend, we talked about Cole Townsend earlier having a blatant disregard for his own safety. Corey Keyser is the godfather of having a blatant disregard for their own safety. So I can only imagine the shenanigans that are going to happen on track. And look at that, Corey Keyser, big smoke line from him, and Cole Townsend applying the pressure right there, side by side, both these guys. Look at these guys on track, big smoke lines, big commitment from them.
Oh.
It only gets better from here.
Oh. Cole Townsend, murderer of cones, first of his name, as they roll down here at the start. This was killer.
Yeah, here we go. Drone footy. Look at that. Cole Townsend trying to put some tire marks on Corey's door on the bank here. It has a little bit of a hesitation. Lets up just a little bit. Lets Corey have a little bit away and tries to dive right back in right here. Corey Keyser looking good in that FDRX7, and Cole Townsend making him look even better by sticking side by side with him. Door-to-door action here at the Highline Shootout.
I don't know how you call that one. Thankfully, we got a whole nother run to take a look at.
That's right. It takes 2 runs to tango, or whatever they said about that.
That's
whatever
okay.
The saying is.
You made the metaphor work. I'm good with it.
It happens. I made it my own. All right. So Cole Townsend, he's making this bank his own right now, running that high line, doing a good job out there, doing what he's done all day. I'd like to see him a little bit further out into those zones. You see, leaving a little bit on the table. Oh, Corey Keyser. Little understeer from him in the back. And you know what? That might be just the mistake that Cole Townsend needed.
As tight as this was, and really, I think the only thing you can say on Townsend is they didn't get all the way out to that one outer zone. But let's take a second look at it. That flinch at the end from Keyser might be enough to do this.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because this is a good, solid battle from both these guys. I thought there was going to be a little bit crazier here, but both these guys seemed a little bit reserved. But Corey, I don't know, just a little understeer there.
He tapped him.
He tapped him?
Yep, got him into the left rear corner panel. I saw it.
Gave him a little bit. You saw it? You seen it?
I seen it.
With your own eyes, and you know what? That's his demise.
All right, so that was looking like a pretty tight battle, and it looked like a little bit of a bobble just the second to last turn there. What are your thoughts on the battle?
It was awesome. It was awesome getting to chase Corey. I haven't had to battle Corey ever before, and we're pretty good friends, so it was pretty good to follow him. I hit him a little bit coming off the bank the first lap. I felt the car come out of boost. I was clutch keying, doing everything I could to get back up on him. And I'm happy with the outcome and happy that we had a close battle. We both hit each other, and we both had a great run.
All right, top 4. We'll see you in the next round.
We are into the final 4. It's Jace Habak in the yellow and black Nissan and Brandon Marcus in the white Nissan. The money spots are up here at the Highline Shootout. And again, 1 versus 5 here in the final 4.
Man, I'm seeing these names as they transpire out here as we go deeper and deeper in these rounds. I'm just getting chills. I missed this live, but you're getting the honest reaction right now. That's what Derek Hobbs likes, the honest first reaction. That's what you're getting here. But, man, look at Jace Habak right now. Skinny pedal down. And Brandon Marcus is right there beside him. Both these guys side by side throughout the entire track. Brandon Marcus, big angle from him in the chase position, maintaining it, keeping drift. Unbelievable.
All right, second look from the drone. Look at the style that they start out with, and it only gets better from here.
Look at that. Jace Habak's the only one in frame, but that's only because our drone pilots are so good. getting the third car in proximity right there. But, man, Chase Hobbick doing a great job in the lead position, but that opens the door for Brandon Marcus to do a great job in the chase position. Look at that. Both these guys, they're hauling butt on this course, because I'm not allowed to say the A word. And look at that. Fantastic first half of this battle. It's only going to get better.
Can we have it again? We can. Just let's flip them around. Now Marcus leads, Havoc chases.
Hell yeah. Let's see what Jace does in the smoke line that's inevitably going to happen from Brandon Marcus's car. Nice line from him. Lots of commitment. Jace Hobbick a little bit further back than we'd like to see him. Oh, Jace Hobbick understeer and taking out the cones with the front of his car, so that's going to be incomplete from him. But Brandon Marcus needs to complete the track. He's the one who sets the pace, and hey, he is the pace setter. He sets it. He forgets it. He crosses the finish line, makes it happen.
Look at that. Let's take a second look from the drone, and our drone operators, they caught an epic boo-boo coming up in just a second or two from Havoc in the 76.
All right, so let's watch the yellow and black car. Man, he just falls out of frame right there, so he just understeered, lost drift. I don't know if he got lost in the smoke line, got a little bit phased there, but Brandon Marcus, man, what a sick run from him out in the lead position.
First time of the year that Chase Havoc has been beaten here on Home Track Heroes. Marcus moves on to the finals.
All right, Brandon. Doing pretty well in this competition. I feel like you're kind of feeling yourself today. Just kind of talks about how the day is going for you so far, and just your thoughts on kind of the day as a whole.
Yeah, crazy day, right? So we come out yesterday. We practiced the layout. We didn't even run today, so it's sort of crazy, right? The cool part about today's track is every driver here's driven it quite a bit, so we're all comfortable with it. Makes for a great show. I think it was a great choice to switch this layout. We're driving confident. We felt confident. It's the most we've driven the car in a long time. We're driving some, we're driving other series. So we've been driving with elite drivers all year. Jace is an elite driver. He kills it. We're happy to be moving on, though. We look forward to this next battle. And like I said, I think everybody's helping us. The day's awesome. The day's beautiful. The Pacific Northwest, when it's beautiful, it's great.
All right. See you in the next round.
The Final Four is off and running here in the highlight shootout here on Home Track Heroes. He's Ben White. I'm Caleb Hart. This has been fantastic drifting today, and it's only going to get better because we got the rest of this, and then we're going into the team tandem stuff.
What we got right here, all these drivers are in the Final Four of our highline shootout. Man, it's hard to make it to the Final Four. Hope none of these drivers take it for granted.
That's right. This segment brought to you by Granite Construction, the proud sponsor of our Super Sprint Car Series, and celebrating over 100 years in business. Granite Construction, an award-winning company and great place to work. Find your dream job today at graniteconstruction.com.
All right, Tyler Mayer leading the way out there in the Racer on Rails S13. Doing a good job in the lead position, but Cole Townsend, look at him just lurking in the back in the chase position, sticking right next to him. Both these drivers side by side cross the finish line. Unreal job from both of them in the Final Four.
Trying to figure out who's going to move forward and meet Brandon Marcus in the final. Mayer on the left, Townsend on the right. And Townsend was the 11th seed coming in today, so he's been pulling some upsets. But, man, he is looking like a giant slayer in that position.
You say there's upsets, but, man, there's so many unbelievable drivers here in the Pacific Northwest that, any of these drivers could win on any given day. Cole Townsend, that 11 is merely a number. He's number one in many hearts, and he's showing you out there today that he can take out anybody in front of him.
You're telling me that women want him, men want to be him.
Absolutely.
Or inverse if that's his thing.
He is that guy. You know what? He can have anything he wants, but right now he wants that top spot on the podium. So he's leading the way, putting down a good lead run. This is a different view from the track that we've had all day. I kind of like it, but man, right now Tyler Mayer likes the view that he's got. He is side by side with Cole Townsend, applying the pressure right there across the finish line. Had to check up a little bit, but hey, that's what we like. We like proximity. We like aggression.
Man, that's close. Neither one of these guys made a real discernible mistake over the course of their runs. Style was good. Line was good.
Oof.
There's some serious smoke coming out from either one of them, depending where we're looking at.
And both these guys are so smooth. Not a lot of steering corrections, not a lot of inputs. They get to angle. They set it, forget it. There's a little bit of the commentator's curse there as you see Tyler Mayer get a little wonky. But you know what's not so wonky? Seeing these guys go again. Here we go. One more time. Too close to call.
I wondered because, again, they're very evenly matched. The cars are very evenly matched. You saw how well they both mirrored each other. Cool. We get to do it again.
Here we go. So Cole Townsend, hey, man, he's ready to make good for past mistakes if there was any, and he's trying to stick it right to Tyler Mayer's door. He knows what his competitor's about. He's seen it once before, and so he knows what to expect out here. And look at that aggression side by side. Oh, checking up a little bit. We're going to have to check the drone, see if there might have been a little bit of contact out there on track.
Well, we've seen that little love tap hose a chase driver in the past. A second look at it from our drone footage, and let's see what went down.
Wow, look how aggressive Cole is on initiation. He is right next to Tyler Mayer as they initiate. As they go through the bank, he is right there. He is in frame whether you want him to be or not. And here we go. As they transition, it doesn't look like there was any contact. It looked like there was a little bit of error, and it didn't look like a big weeble wobble from Tyler Mayer in the lead position. So I think that's just a mistake on Cole Townsend's part.
Well, now he's going to have to scramble to catch up. Townsend on the outside, Mayer on the inside. And this is the second round. We couldn't decide who was going to win on the first one. Townsend, got to be spectacular, and he's starting off well.
All right, good initiation from him. You see him riding that high line with his back tire. That's what we like to see. But Tyler Mayer, right there with him. He sees what his opponent's doing, and he's like, yeah, I could do that. No big deal. Just sticking right there with him, side by side, coming across that inner clipping zone and coming right near the finish line, right past that wall, right past all our spectators. Let's check it out on the drone.
Tyler Mayer did exactly what he had to do on that chase run, I think.
Yeah, that's one of those things where I don't know if Tyler Mayer, a lot of these guys have a spotter. I don't know if Tyler Mayer necessarily has someone in his ear. I don't know if he even wants it. But, you know, this is something where he was sitting on an advantage, and he, again, could have hung back a little bit, could have given a car length, but nah. He wants to take it out of the judge's hands. He's like, this is mine. This is my track. I'm winning this battle, whether you want me to or not. And let's make it official here.
Moving on to the finals, Tyler Mayer.
All right, so we've had tight battles all day. Somebody else pointed out that, you know, this is a course that everybody's run a ton of times. So, I mean, what do you think it is that's just kind of keeping, you know, giving you little edges here and there since everybody's run this course so much?
This is the layout that we do every open drift. We come to open drift, and it's the first layout we do it. We do it like 3 times a day. So everyone has the most seat time with this. But we haven't done tandem battles in a long time, like competition. That's the first time in 2 years. And that was fun. I wish I could just keep driving with Cole. The first time, like, I want to go again, and then we did. It's so fun. I love drifting.
All right, so have you battled Marcus before?
No, and we've been joking around of, like, when are we ever going to battle? And then we're going to battle in the finals, so this is going to be insane.
I mean, if you're going to battle, you might as well battle in the finals, right? All right, well, good luck.
Thank you, man.
Mayer moves on. That means this is the battle for 3rd and 4th, the final podium position. Jace Havoc, the yellow and black machine. It is a Nissan 240. Cole Townsend, the white and red BMW on his inside.
Absolutely. So here we go. These guys, they got one loss. They don't like it. They still want to get on that last podium spot. Here we go. Jace Havoc out in front in the yellow and black S13. Cole Townsend doing chase. Look at these guys coming into the infield side by side. Wow, look at that mimic transition for both these guys. Jace Havoc doing a fantastic job out front, and Cole Townsend making them look even better in the chase position as they go across the finish line side by side. Wow, what a 3rd place battle we have shaping up.
Wow, you get into the top, even top 16, but this is just killer work from both of these drivers, Havoc and Townsend, as they'll come off of what is turn 1 and 2 on our circle track and into the inside where the battle continues.
Yeah, you could definitely tell that Jace Havoc has been putting in the work. He's got himself a simulator. You know, that's free seat time as far as he's concerned, and it's you know, transcending into the track, transcending into his driving in real life on the track, looking great out in the lead position. But, man, Cole Townsend just can't be shaken in the chase.
All right, so Townsend now is your lead. Havoc is the chaser, and we're off and running in the deciding run.
All right. Man, not a snappy initiation like we've seen all day from Cole Townsend, but a decent job from him. Jace Havoc was actually a little bit higher on the bank there, which is not something you typically see from these chase drivers. Jace trying to get a little bit aggressive there, and it just did not pay off for him. So he cuts the line a little bit. He does finish side by side, but hey, he incompleted in every which way you possibly could there. Unfortunate for him, but Cole Townsend, hey, he's been shredding all day.
It's 2 mistakes and 2 runs for Havoc. That is not something that we have seen here so far.
It's not. He's been super consistent, you know, in all the recent past. And I don't know if he just felt a little bit of pressure, what was going on there. But, man, good job from Cole Townsend today. Man, he's been killing it. Jace Hobbick, I mean, he killed it too, but sounds like Cole got the better of him there.
All right, so Cole will take that 3rd spot on the podium. Here is the finals. Tyler Mayer versus Brandon Marcus. It's Mayer in the blue, white, and pink car. Marcus in the white Nissan. We are underway for the win in the Highline Shootout.
All right, here we go. Who's going to get that top podium spot? Tyler Mayer leading the way in the Racer on Rails S13 out front, and Brandon Marcus chasing him down. Big smoke line from him. Both these guys combined making a mega ultra zord of smoke lines. Wow, killer job from them. Tyler Mayer doing what he's done all day, putting down that sewing machine of a lead run, and Brandon Marcus right there beside him, just cooking him in the chase position.
What have we seen? 4 runs now from Mayer, 5 if you count the duplicate that he had to made, and from the lead spot, it's looked the same every single time. It's been brilliant.
Yeah, you put that Gran Turismo Ghost, you just layer them on top of each other, and it's just the same thing. There's no deviation from it. Doing the same thing, and you know, we'd like to see him a little bit deeper. He's riding those figure 8 lines that are painted on the track. Like to see him maybe scrape his bumper against those cones, but hey, he's doing the same thing. Consistency is key, and he's doing a great job of it.
Well, he's made it so where Marcus is going to have to come out and beat him here in this run to get the win. Marcus on the outside, Mayer on the inside. We know a Nissan's going to win today. The question is, whose?
Absolutely. Actually, both these guys are Formula Drift licensed drivers, and so they are vetted. They have, you know, the opportunity to take that next step. But hey, they're sharpening their skill set out here. Brandon Marcus doing a fantastic job in the lead position. Got quite a bit of distance between himself and Tyler Mayer. Big angle from him as they're coming in to the last clipping zone, crossing that wall, scraping them bumpers, and laying a little drift pepper on all our fans.
Ooh, I don't know how to call this. Nobody has put on the smoke that Brandon Marcus has all day.
Yeah, I'm standing now.
Yeah, I don't know. This is going to be tough to call.
Taking a hot look at this deal right here. Brandon Marcus, you see him nice up close and personal from our drone pilots, either Mike Rose or Moonman FPV. Right there with them, side by side. Not seeing a whole lot of what Tyler Mayer's doing in the chase position, but both these guys going side by side, crossing the finish line, and now it's in the judges' hands.
All right, here with the top 3 for the competition today. We'll start 3rd place. Cole Townsend, come on over here. So I do want to say, I think the 3 of you guys were literally the happiest drivers. Like, you guys were all just happy to battle like friends, and it was about the drift. So, you know, just talk about the day overall and your 3rd place finish.
So it was a big surprise coming out today. We had a practice yesterday. I got 16 laps on the layout we were supposed to run. Me, Tyler, and Brandon, and one other guy were about the only ones that were able to complete a really good lap on that layout. So we decided today as a group to change to a normal 3/8 mini FD layout. And I'm happy we did because everyone was out there. Everyone had a good time. Everyone was able to do an active chase, which is really important because this event's for the fans, and we're just trying to put on a show.
All right, well, congratulations, man, on your 3rd place finish. All right, Brandon, 2nd place. You know, I mean, all day just killing it, throwing tire smoke. I know you love destroying tires. Yeah, so, and you kind of pointed it out first, but everybody's driven this course so much, and it just led to like solid runs, so just it led to really great battles.
Yeah, I think, like you said, everybody knowing this layout really leads into great battles, especially when you get like, I mean, our 32 today was great, but you get into that 16, that 8, that 4, and then, you know, obviously your finals and that 1, 2, 3, 4 battles. Everybody who's been driving here long enough knows how to drive this track, so it creates great battles.
Sure. All right, well, congratulations on your 2nd place. All right, and we'll get the winner here. He wandered off. All right, so you hadn't battled ever,
No.
Brandon, and so you guys throw down in the finals for the first time. You know, just talk about going against them and the day as a whole.
Going against Brandon is nuts. His car is so fast. Diving through the smoke is completely blind. It's like just trusting that he's going to be in the right spot as I dive through the smoke because it's completely blind. But his car is so fast. So fast.
All right, who do you want to thank for getting you the win here today?
Racer on Rails, Post for Health, Tire Streets, J2 Racing, RTS, BD Signs, KBD, what else? FDF, and that's it. And
You got to cheat because the car was here. So, all right. Well, congratulations on your win. All right. Thanks, guys. This was great talking to you guys all day.
Well, after watching Tyler Mayer win the Highline Shootout, we move on to Team Tandem here on Home Track Heroes. Caleb Hart, Ben White. Ben, what the heck are we about to see here?
Well, in the Highline Shootout, everyone who was on track were competing against each other. Now we're going to Team Tandem.
Okay.
Team Tandem, everyone we see on the track is working together, all right? So we had a handful of teams sign up for this. It looked like it was close to eight full teams sign up together. So we see teams of 3 or more, and they're working together towards a common goal to defeat their enemies.
All right. You see the Ratchet Slayers on track slaying those tires. Tire Pros, the official tire dealer of Evergreen Speedway. Tire Pros, your one-stop tire retailer where honesty is the best policy, and they have a hassle-free guarantee. Tire Pros has all the national brands and offers a nationwide warranty on your tires. Go to tirepros.com. So that was the Ratchet Slayers, and this is White Girl Wasted.
Yeah, Hydra White Claws, Hydra Spritzers. This is White Girl Wasted out here on track, working all together. So this is a different course layout than what we saw in the Highline Shootout. So they're going to do like a full loop-de-loop around the North Pole, come through the intersection, the typical figure 8 intersection, and then they're going to kind of do like a little S-curvy right up onto the 3/8 bank. So decent job from White Girl Wasted, and now we'll go back to the Ratchet Slayers.
That's right. So you're watching the Ratchet Slayers here on track with the drone look. And again, they're being judged on same things they were being judged before. Line, style, etc.?
Line, style, angle, and in this we want to see them work together as a team. So we want to see them mimic each other a little bit more. I mean, that's going to be more conducive to like the whole team idea, right? So we want to see these 3 cars working in unison. This layout was actually put together by the Goon Squad, who are like the Team Tandem champions of the universe.
Okay.
And it was just too unfair to keep them out there. What's too unfair right now is a little team-on-team contact.
Yeah, the white girls just wasted each other.
They did wasted each other.
That's going to hurt them as far as the scoring goes. So the way that this run is going to go is you're going to see Team 1, Team 2, Team 1, Team 2. And here in this one, judges are weighing in, and the judges have said due to the violence between the white girls, the Ratchet Slayers will take round number 1.
And one thing that you'll notice on that one is White Girl Wasted, they dropped a car, so they're already at a disadvantage. We want to see teams of 3 or more.
All right, so these are the Tandem Knights. That's right, Knights with a K here on this one.
Yeah, it's a silent K.
All right, I'm good with the silent K.
Yeah.
And 3 in and coming through. Some nice smoke being showed, and this is kind of fun. They're doing well.
Look at that. So we see how these 3 cars are stacked up, how they're working together. That's what we want to see here, all right? So these guys, Tandem Knights working together as a team, working in unison. Let's see what Team Rocket has.
All the Pokemon guys are going, yeah, Team Rocket, if they like evil and like I do. Here we go into the first turn of our new course.
Yeah, blasting off at the speed of light. Here we go, Team Rocket working together. So we see those first 2 cars working together. I think that's Bassett Popple and Eddie Hughes as the first 2 cars. I don't know who's in the Trans Am back there, but hey, they got my respect, brother, because they got them T-tops out, and they are letting the rear tires spin, letting that smoke line sing.
They're just out there channeling Patrick Swayze from the 80s is what's happening on this. Round number 2, Tandem Knights. They're going to make another shot at it. I mean, they're all black cars. Does that count for something? Does theme count?
So that does kind of count. That's part of like the team aesthetic, right? Like you want to kind of have like matchy cars. You want a matchy line, angle, stuff like that. So, you know, I feel like it's not one of those judge criteria. It's just more aesthetically pleasing to literally everybody.
Lead car nearly took out the barrel coming in and through that. That was kind of cool. Second run now from Team Rocket. Blast off from what is turn 4 on our 5/8 mile track, or actually kind of the pit lane on the 5/8 mile track, and down onto the front straightaway they go.
Meowth, that's right. Here we go, Team Rocket coming through around the North Pole there. A little bit of separation, but hey, as long as they're kind of mimicking the angle, look at that. Eddie Hughes getting the pressure put on him from the back in that TA.
Ooh.
Wow, good transition from them. Leaving just a little bit of room for his buddy, and look at that. Nice job from them. Hey, it was good enough for them to get the win.
Team Rocket wins. This is Ride the Wall, and they'll be taking on Gez.
Ooh.
I like Ride the Wall. Walls are evil. They should also be punished as they work their way around the corner. And is there 4 of them?
There is 4 of them.
Yeah,
that's what I was oohing. They added an extra competitor, an extra element of danger back there. and that's actually Garrett Theriot in his One Pill Can Kill CTSV. That's the first time that we've seen it out here on track in its close to final form.
Okay.
And I'm very excited to see that thing. Cool car, cool concept, but right now they're going up against team, is it Gez?
Gez.
We're guessing them?
I think we're guessing. And I'm just taking a guess. Maybe that's initials from them?
I feel like that's a good guess.
All right, good guess.
Yeah.
All right. In and through. Big old smoke show from the lead car into second position. Gez was the 7 seed, by the way, if anybody's keeping track at home or not. As they'll roll through and all done.
All right, a hand out the T-tops. Hey, just a reminder that the T-tops are out, so that should add bonus points all the time. T-tops out, okay with me.
I'm a little upset that this group didn't call themselves the 4 Horsemen. Just slightly, right?
Now, they're the ride-the-wall drift team, so they can't really deviate from that, although Garrett Theriot's deviating from the whole team plan line through the actual course. But, hey, we got 3 out of 4. And that's what Meatloaf said. 3 out of 4 ain't bad?
Yeah, well, if he's deviating, that makes him a deviant.
I don't know.
All right, so Gez with a chance to steal one here. At the very end, they will roll through. And, again, you get double boxing of all this, so pick your angle and try to keep track. It's almost too much for my ADHD mind to find out. That wasn't great.
All right, so the E36 in the middle straightened out, like almost right out the gate. And so that's going to be unfortunate for Gez. That's a big deficit for them. A little bit more silliness as they come through the last part of the track. So there's a couple of zeros going on.
And right.
They're not even throwing the devil horns out the T-tops. They're throwing a phone out the T-tops, man. Live in the moment.
Ride the wall gets
Holy
the win.
cow.
Yep.
That's right. That only for the iPhone out the T-tops. That's why Ride the Wall got the win there.
All right. This is proximity third. So, right, you can see what they value as far as their judging goes.
Yeah, they put proximity ahead of safety. So now safety is 4th, proximity 3rd. Here we go. So we got these 3 cars looking pretty good navigating through the course, doing a good job, mimicking each other very well. So I like what I'm seeing from proximity 3rd right now, and they're going up against Project 90's Drift.
Oh, this is beautiful. That means that they've got to be playing, what's the name of that Swedish band? They got to be playing some Ace of Base while they're rolling around, right? They're all driving Acuras of some kind?
Yes, some Acura Legends.
Yes, bingo. All right.
Absolutely.
Project 90's Drift, and actually looking pretty decent so far.
All right, I like what I'm seeing. So good line out front. So there's a lot of different strategies as you can go into these team tandems, right? So you can put the slowest car out front. That makes it so, all the other cars who are faster have better opportunities to catch up should they fall behind. Or you could put the most consistent driver out front. There's a lot of different ways to think about this, a lot of strategies going into play. And you know what? Right now you see proximity 3rd. Hey, all these guys are just absolute gamers. They're drivers. They got a consistent driver out front slaying, and all these guys are able to just stick right with them.
We think a consistent driver. We did not get a driver roster from this, and it's very possible that we had some substitutes. We see Mayer's car out there who just won the tournament. We saw
Leon Ban was in the middle there.
Yeah.
We don't know who's in the Z, but I'm just going to make outlandish assumptions and just say that he's the most consistent driver.
It's very possible.
That's how I feel about it.
Project 90's Drift got a little bit of work to do to catch up to proximity 3rd. We'll see if they see the sign as they work their way up and through and can possibly pull off the win.
All right, so good job from them. Good line from all these guys. I'm squinting looking at the little boxes, but I like having the side-by-side, getting 2 different perspectives as they go through these runs. Look at that, stacked up as they cross the finish line, finishing onto the bank.
Proximity 3rd was awarded the win, though, in that
one.
All
right,
they'll move on.
Judges saw something they like from Proximity 3rd, so good on them making it happen, but right now we're moving back to Team Rocket.
All right, Team Rocket takes on the Ratchet Slayers. We are down to the round of 4 as into the turns they go. I like the differentiating looking cars. The theme stuff's cool, but man, these 3, woohoo.
All right, so you see there's a little bit of funny business here on the team tandem. So originally they had Eddie Hughes in the middle, whereas Eddie Hughes is nowhere to be found in that lineup right now. So I don't know what happened there. He dipped out. They found another teammate. They called him in. They called him up from the farm team, and he's getting his shot.
Ratchet Slayers were the 1 seed coming into the team tandem run. And let's watch the beauty as they go through. Pick your screen and follow along. That looks nice coming off that corner.
So this is something that I think that they put the slowest car out front. So I have an inkling that that E46 is mostly stock. It's able to navigate through the course at, like, stock-ish speeds. So I think they put the slowest car out front, and that was their strategy going into that run.
All right, we get a second run from Team Rocket as they will nose into the corner and start throwing things sideways.
All right, good job for them. Bassett's out front, doing a good job. That's a V6 Ford Mustang. He don't care. It's got a clutch pedal, and he's kicking the crap out of it right there. Trans Am chasing him down.
Oh.
Got that poncho power, but oh no, this shut it down in the back. So we have two drivers crossing the finish line, and now a third one was kind of limping it across there.
All right, so the Ratchet Slayer is going to get their shot, and a solid run from them should mean a victory. Let's see what we got going on their side. And, it's a little uneven, at least at the start.
All right, look at these guys. Look, okay, so
it got better.
Stacked up nice. Looking good, looking all stacked up there, so I like what I see. Side by side by side. That's what we want. And, a little barrel punting never hurt nobody, but they crossed the finish line looking pretty good there. So Team Rocket, see if they can protect the world from devastation right here. And
well, from what I'm seeing, because that was the second run from the Ratchet Slayer, so I think the judges gave them a one more time run here is what happened.
They got a one more time run. It's too close to call.
All right, we're going to trust the judges because we have no other choice.
All right, let's see if we can unite all peoples within this nation. Oh!
Around goes Team Rocket.
They're going to unite all these cars that are on the track right now.
This is very bad. Ratchet Slayer's coming out for their one more run. See if this can be decisive here. And basically all they have to do is not screw up.
I mean, easier said than done, Caleb.
That's true. I've never driven a drift car.
You should. It's a fun. It's a blasty blast.
Well, I am officially retired, but I'll do a ride along someday.
Retired? You're so young. You can just pick up any one of these cars, super cheap, definite low cost of entry. Go out there, have fun, put a helmet on, and just high five all your buddies.
This action-packed episode of Home Track Heroes getting ready to roll to a close, but we got some more Team Tandem drifting coming up. Ben White, Caleb Hart, we are ready to roll. DriftCon presented by Bardall, and on the track, this is our Team Tandem round of 4. Ride the Wall is up first.
All right, so Ride the Wall, they got the 4 cars out there. So it looks like we got Royce Tanner, Brennan Therio, Dario Reddick, and Garrett Therio. So good job from these guys. I mean, 3 cars is hard, 4 cars is harder, and they're doing a good job out there on track.
This is a really fun-looking run from them.
What a wild, diverse group of cars. We'll talk about it in a second because we're going to have to check out Proximity Third come up. Oh, no, never mind. We're going to go right to the drone footage. So up front, we got a Pontiac GTO, also known as the Holden Monero.
Okay.
We have a Ford Mustang. Then we have an S chassis, a Nissan 240SX with LS power under the hood. And then we have a Cadillac CTSV bringing up the rear.
They're really brave enough to drift a Cadillac.
Hey, man, and that is one hell of a Cadillac. Wait till you see that thing all finished. It's got a custom wide body going on. It's all drift taxied out, ready to give ride-alongs to as many people as they can stuff in that thing. And we'll see if they can continue on their fun. Or Proximity Third is going to take them out.
Proximity Third is 3-manning their way around the corners and looking pretty good because they are awfully tight coming out of formation in that corner.
Right, so that's looking like a stock-ish Z. So I feel like they're doing put the slow car out front thing and then hope everyone can catch up to them. So good job for them. They crossed the finish line, kind of piled up a little bit there, but no harm, no foul, no contacts. So check out this drone footage. These guys, man. A little bit of weeble wobbles in the middle position from Leon Ben, but you know what? It's tough. He's trying to maintain proximity, and he's trying not to screw it up too bad for the guy behind him as well.
Yeah, that's a rough position because you don't know how much to push it, how much you can let back on it. That's, okay, it's challenging. So this is Ride the Wall coming out, and Ride the Wall with 4 drivers out there. We should mention this segment brought to you by Washington's Lottery. Created in 1982, Washington Lottery established to generate revenues for state programs through the sale of lottery products. Powerball, Mega Millions, Lotto Hit 5, Match 4, and Daily Keno. Washington's and Lotto scratch games give players a choice of more than 30 games a year to experience. Washington's Lottery. Dream big.
All right, so good job from Ride the Wall here, man. all these guys staying in drift throughout the duration of their run. Let's check it out again on this drone replay. Let's see if we can get all 4 in frame. That would be funsies. I would like to see that, but man, the drone trying to do what they can to get all 4 in frame, but the lens is only so wide angled.
That's right. Might get a good look at that Cadillac that's pulling up the rear here on this one too. And you said that, and I've got all my mind spinning as to what the build could be on that guy. Finish out this run, and let's see if that's good enough to put Proximity third, not into first place, maybe third potentially.
We will see. So let's see what they got going on.
We're just going to straight to the
cinematic
drone.
mode.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man, we couldn't cut right in with the drone.
Who in the world? Who produced this?
Who did that?
My goodness.
Fire the interns.
All right. So, Proximity third. 3 cars drifting around the corner.
All right, so good job from them. Nice, solid lead run from their lead driver. He's doing good. He's very consistent, and you can see he's not trying to run away from them. He's, a little bit of a slower pace and giving ample opportunity for his teammates, stick right with them, and maintain proximity. So nice job from them. Let's check it out on the drone that was spliced in with other footage.
Beautiful look going into Proximity third, just all kinds of close, and you can tell they're on point. They know exactly what the other driver's looking to do all the way around, and they're all like picking up the pedal at the same time, putting her down, and about the same amount of sideways.
Yeah, so we could definitely see that Tyler Mayer, he's bringing up the rear right there. He came off a win in our Highline shootout, and looks like he got the win there with his team. Going to send them into the finals. So right now this is essentially a bye run for third place. This is a victory run just because the other team that was supposed to compete against them, they broke.
Yeah, we broke too many cars for them.
They done broke it. So
all right, one run, one victory run to show you ride the wall. The only guys who came out with 4 cars. Impressive.
Hey, man, it's cool to see. I love seeing that CTSV out there. I want to see more of it. Want to see more of the ride the wall guys. Hopefully they get them all matchy and, more aesthetically pleasing to the eye, but I just want to see them keep driving. Good job from them getting third place, but now we need to figure out who's going to be on the top spot on that podium.
All right, these are the Ratchet Slayers. They were the 1 seed. They're going to get 2 runs. This is their first one, and we'll see what kind of points they can put together here.
All right, so good job from their lead driver, putting down a nice, smooth run. Good chaseable run out there in the lead position. And J.R. Goodwin doing a good job in that second spot. And Jarrett Robertson, hey, he looked like he kept it in drift for the duration of the run. So let's get a replay of this. Let's check it out. And, man, look, doing a pretty good job here. I really like this course layout. I like the full loop-de-loop around the light pole. I do enjoy that. It gets a little bit choppy here, but it adds a, more of a technical element as they come through essentially an S-turn to finish it out and finish on this 3/8 bank.
Some of those poor barrels today, they have just been unceremoniously punted.
They're like Vikings, like going to Valhalla. Okay, if they don't meet their demise in battle, they are not welcomed at the gates of Valhalla.
All right, Cone Valhalla is now a thing here on Home Track Heroes.
Absolutely, that's how the barrels see it, or that's how we sell it to them as we place them on track.
Got it. All right, Proximity third is in the final, and here's their first run. And again, these guys have just been super impressive.
And you see they get more and more comfortable, as they progress, as they go rounds and stuff like that. So you see they're not necessarily taking more risks. They're just understanding where they can place the car in relation to what they're, the driver in front of them's doing. And it's just looking better and better each run. Man, these guys are killing it out there. Proximity third. I think it's the first time that we've seen them stacked up as a team, and I like what I'm seeing. I hope they keep it going.
Yeah, these guys are establishing a really high mark to beat here in our team tandem competition. One more run for the Ratchet Slayers to try to do something big. Lights are on the middle car. Green lights on the track. Let's drift.
All right, so, Ratchet Slayers doing what they're trying to do. A little bit of gap here, a little bit of weeble wobbling in the middle position from J.R. Goodwin, but he's dialing it back in, finessing it back in, working it where it's supposed to be. Look at that, stacked up. Nice job from them. Checking up is Jarrett Robertson in the third position there, but they're going to finish side by side onto the bank.
Almost feel like their lead car didn't do him a whole lot of favors there in the last half of the run. Take a look at him and see. He's in drift, but it's not as sideways as it could be. it's not really putting a ton of smoke out there either.
Yeah, he's not opening up that big pocket, that big opportunity for J.R. Goodwin to aim it at his door, right? You want some big angles, some nice fluid lines. It doesn't look too bad there, but it looks like, he could use more of the course. There could be more of a fluid transition, whereas, he kind of straight-lined it a little bit and, didn't really open the door for his homies.
So watch it in comparison here to Proximity Third, who are right on each other's fenders coming through the corner.
That's right, Rubbin's racing, and hey, these teammates, no matter what, all these drifters out here are high-fiving in between battles and stuff like that, but especially now, these guys are teammates, they're homies, they're working together to one common goal, and Proximity Third, man, they laid it down all team tandem, doing a killer job.
That last little snap transition to the very end sold it for me. Let's take one more look, our final run of the day, as Proximity Third trying to bring home the team tandem win.
That's right, Leon Band leaving a little tattoo on the door of that 350Z in front of him, looking good. And Tyler Mayer, you could see a lot of corrections from him on the steering wheel, but hey, he's finessing it in. He's getting the car where it needs to be, and he's trying to get his team onto the top spot of the podium. Let's send it down to Angry Earl, and let's talk with all the drivers from Team Tandem.
Dude. How'd you guys prepare for today's show, and are there any other challenges that you guys faced, like driving as a team together today?
Yeah, so our big problem is that I'd never driven the car until today, and my team right here, Custom Effin' Customs, drove that car 21 hours to me. Drove that car 21 hours to me so I could shred it, but then I didn't shred it. We didn't have boost, and I did 5 laps, and it was very disappointing. But my message is, facing fentanyl and to educate our kids about illicit fentanyl being in all sorts of drugs. We don't want to lose any more kids. Thank you.
Right team, ride the wall for you guys. Winner of $525 and trophies. We have Team Ratchet Slayer for second place. They killed it all day today. Super aggressive driving. Congratulations, guys. They won $875 and trophies. Give it up for Ratchet Slayers. You guys want to thank anybody? Any highlights of your day you guys want to talk about?
I'd like to thank my wife for being so patient with me, spending all the time in the shop and all the money. Thank you.
Just my team and everything for keeping the cars together, letting me come out and drive in case somebody broke. Thanks, Matt. Yeah, had a good time in the car today.
Yeah, I just want to thank also this team. It was pretty wild how we just pulled this together. Also my girlfriend, she's the only person who came out with me today and definitely made it happen. So.
I'd like to thank the boys, especially Chandler, subbing in when my car broke. That was sick.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Awesome driving today. Give it up for Team Ratchet Slayers. In first place, we have Proximity Third. Awesome driving today, guys. Proximity Third winning $1,750 cash, trophies. Woo, what a payout. Tyler Mayer making bank today. Great driving today, guys. How was your car setup, and did you guys drive together before today?
A little bit.
Tyler, I know you're a big proponent of sim drifting. You put a lot of hours in the sim rig. How much help did that give you in chasing everybody today?
It's everything. You're just super comfortable, super close on someone's door. It's just, you're not stressed. And I drive with these guys in the sim all the time, so.
So all of you practice in the sim together. Cool. And Joe Lynn, dude, your E46 is looking hooked up. You had some of the most sharpest transitions in today's chases that I saw, man. You didn't skip a beat.
Thank you. Just jamming with the boys.
You guys want to thank anybody?
I got to thank Real Street, Autobahn Garage. Keep me on track.
Juan, Alex Lindsay, Racer on Rails, and Simeon.
I want to thank my wife, Lexi, and these guys.
All right, give it up for Proximity Third, taking first place in our team tandem competition.
So a lot of blue BMWs look the same. So I thought it was Leon. It was actually Joe Lynn as part of the Proximity Third team. So put some respect on his name. Sorry, Joe Lynn, but you killed it out there. Nice job today driving.
Heck of a day. Next week on Home Track Heroes, Pro Late Models, Outlaw Figure 8s, Stinger 8s, Hornets, and Mini Stocks. Next time you guys can come to Evergreen Speedway, June 17th, it's going to be Street Stocks. It's going to be Super Stock Figure 8s, Legends, Hornets, and Youth Hornets on a packed program. This was a ton of fun. We got to say a huge thanks to the production crew, and of course to you, who is
Danger Ben White. I want you to keep the pedal to the metal and slay all tires.
For Derek, Errol, Danger Ben White, my name is Caleb Hart. We will see you guys next week here on Home Track Heroes on the CW11.
Thanks for watching Evergreen Speedway's Home Track Heroes on CW11. Join us next week for more great racing from Evergreen Speedway.